Good morning. This is Second Cup of Sunrise. I'm James. Ron, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me back on the podcast.
How are you today?
I've been better, but it's Wednesday, which is the gateway to Thursday, which is the second half of the week.
Yeah.
See how I look at things?
We're on the hump of hump day.
Exactly.
Right.
We're on the hump of hump day.
Getting through the middle of the day, yes. Sickness has been going around the building, which is concerning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
And it's all like a really terrible stomach bug. TMI,
Yes.
everybody enjoy.
I know, right. For me, I was lucky it only lasted one day. This is day 2 for Brennan, so not to, air out his sickness, but we'll see if he's back tomorrow. But that's okay. We got plenty to talk about here. And for me, it's all about sleep. As long as I get a good night's sleep, I'm like A-okay. Friday night, Sunday and into Monday, just there's so much around to do. I didn't get to bed till like 9:30.
Ooh.
It's too late. Last night, my daughter was up coughing all night, so I didn't get 2 nights ago rather. Last night, hit the pillow at 8:30. Solid 6 hours. Good to go.
6 hours is not good to go for me, but if you say that it's good to go for you, then I had a friend once tell me that it's not about the quality of the sleep you get the night before something. It's the quality of the sleep you get 2 nights before. She probably made this up. I don't know where she heard this from. But ever since, I've kind of tried to notice.
Sure.
And it's true. Like my 2 nights ago sleep will impact me tonight. It's weird.
Huh.
It makes no sense.
Okay. Whether or not it's like placebo, you talk yourself into it.
Oh,
or
I'm all for placebo effects.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't care why something works. As long as I believe that it works, it's good enough for me.
As long as you can trick your brain into doing something. It's funny. Like, I think everybody's always tired all the time. I feel like that's such a true statement that, like, when people say you're tired, it's like, okay, we're all always tired. But what I've noticed is, like, yes, I'm constantly tired, especially after having kids and with the shift that, like, so the baseline is different, right? Okay, so there's a new baseline. So if you're always tired, you're never tired. But what I can tell that, like, makes me feel like I'm actually tired is that sounds a little better. When I'm actually tired, I can't focus as well. And I think that's really the biggest thing. And it's like, everybody scrolls, obviously, right? Everybody, every once in a while, you just need to turn your brain off for 5 minutes and just, like, scroll. I have a difficulty stopping the scroll when I am tired. Like, when I'm tired, my brain wants to just, like, either do nothing or do some mindless scrolling more often, and I'm unable to stop myself. And same with eating. I overeat when I'm too tired.
Really?
Yeah. I just noticed that, or really over like the past few weeks of how my body responds to fatigue.
Yeah.
I overindulge, or I do things that I'm like lazier than I normally am.
Yeah.
And it's weird because
that one makes sense.
It's not like I'm like actually tired. I just notice these things that I just do differently.
Right.
Because I'm sleep deprived.
But then it's chicken and egg. Like, maybe if you stop doing these things, you'll be more focused. You know what I mean? It's one of those, like, but I get it. I have the eye fog immediately. Like, as soon as I'm exhausted, my eyes are foggy, and I'm like, and with our job, you have to be on for 2 hours.
Yes.
For 2+ hours, you are on.
I mean, it's just hard to, like, lock in. Like, let's say if there's like 3 emails that I need to get to, I need to get to all 3 emails. Got to tackle these, like, right in a row, bang, bang, bang. Like, if I'm tired, it's going to take longer. I'll get distracted. I'll get up to get coffee versus like if I'm on a full night's rest, I'm going to crank out those emails, take care of them.
It's funny because it sounds like your exhausted state is just my baseline.
Everybody's got a different baseline.
It's I work off, so I have ADHD. It's not a secret. I tell everybody all the time. You can tell as soon as you kind of work with me for 2 minutes.
Sure.
But I kind of do a reward system, right? Like, if I finish this email or if I finish this thing I'm supposed to do, I'm allowed to go get myself a cup of coffee.
Sure.
I'm allowed to go chat with my coworker who I've been meaning to catch up with today.
Sure.
So that's how I operate, whether I'm exhausted or not.
Yeah. No, I get it. I think giving yourself little nuggets of rewards is also a good thing.
Yeah, it's like a gold star. Coffee.
Maybe watch some panda videos.
Panda videos. I love this one.
I know now it's not going to be as exciting because we can't necessarily show it to you right now. But there was a pretty cute video that we did show this morning of 29 panda cubs from China's southwestern province made their television debuts Wednesday in celebration of the Lunar New Year. And they were held in front of the Lunar New Year backdrops where the cubs were placed on the starting lines. And there were a bunch of them. There were like 20 cubs. And it was very cute to watch them squirm in their handlers' hands.
Not to break the wall here, but did you try Media 6?
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. I thought I was going to save the day here. I was like, we are going to have video of these pandas.
Yeah. Yep. There's video 6.
Oh, man. No pandas for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, I tried. Anyway, these pandas were adorable. And we were talking this morning about how animals don't like to be held, including these adorable little tiny pandas who just looked like they were squirming and wanted to leave. And it's like,
not so happy.
And my dogs are the opposite of this.
They like being held.
They're all about the cuddles and being held.
That's
my
nice.
Smaller dog, she's a Shih Tzu Yorkie mix. She weighs about 12 pounds. She's very tiny. She jumps so high. Like I'm 5'7". She'll make it to like my stomach.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, she jumps. So we just put our hands out. She just jumps into your hands. It's the
in
cutest
request
thing in the
to
world.
being held.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Wants to be held.
She'll just
jump.
Woo.
Oh, that's pretty
She'll
cool.
just keep jumping.
What if you don't want
the
the dog to jump? Can you do like a little stiff arm?
Yeah, she'll just bounce off of you and go back down to the ground. But then she'll like whine.
Ah, right. Yeah,
and then,
so you're like, okay, I guess I have to.
And then the bigger dog doesn't like want to be held, but she just likes cuddles.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you sit on the couch, they'll scoot up onto you.
Yeah, we all cuddle.
That's pretty cool.
I love those dogs so much.
You usually lose that with children about like age 3 or 4. Mason he'll still snuggles a little bit, but not really that much anymore.
No.
And also they just don't stop growing.
Yeah.
So it's like
true.
So once they're like 7, 8, 9 years old, it's just too big.
We can't do it anymore.
No. I mean, I guess you can. I'm trying to think like once you get that old, you're not really snuggling much anymore.
No, I guess not.
It is nice though when you do get it.
Yeah.
And there's this weird thing like when your kid is sick, they snuggle with you, and so it's like you have two feelings at once. You're sad that they're sick, but at the same time they're like, I'm getting snuggles.
Yeah, I know that. It's like this is gonna sound so terrible, but when I think I've told you this before, like when babies choose me to like comfort them, when they're like hands up to me, like they're crying.
Yeah.
It's usually because their parents said no to something.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You want to come give me the hug? Yes. I will. Right. I will comfort you. I promise, child. Just love me.
Yeah. Right. As long as you get those baby loves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Very fun. No, it is a weird feeling though, because like you're caring for your sick child, but then you're like, it's your job though. That really does feel like your core job when your kid is sick, and that's the thing.
Is like the third voice in your head because you said, oh, you're feeling bad for your kid being sick, but also you're getting baby love.
Yeah.
Are you also kind of like, oh, don't get me sick, kid?
No, not at all. I think it's fully on like you're gonna get sick.
Okay.
I remember having this conversation. This is like a weird core memory of mine of like early dating. So like 15, 16 years old, and asking one of my buddies who had like a longtime girlfriend at the time, and my girlfriend was sick, and I was asking him, I was like, so what do you do when your girlfriend's sick? And he's like, it doesn't matter, we still kiss. And that was like a revelation for me. And like you're like a 15-year-old boy, like just finishing up puberty. You know what I mean? So obviously you like love girls. And then ever since that moment, I have 100% always been, if you get sick, I get sick.
Okay.
Not COVID, whatever. It's always been, if you have it, I'm going to have it. Never was there any isolation or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know? So, and I think that's the same thing with my kids. It's like, if they're sick, I'm going to get sick. It's not a, and like, I totally understand if you are, if you have like a really weak immune system, you know what I mean?
Right,
or you're like really sick, you have cancer or something like that. Right. Obviously there's extenuating circumstances, but I'm a healthy 30-something-year-old guy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really worried about that. Yeah. So it's always, in our house, it's you just share the sickness.
You share the sickness. We all get it. We'll all get over it. And then it maybe won't show up again.
Yeah. I mean, we all get vaccinated. You know, I'm still getting the COVID shot. I'm still getting we got the flu shot. We're like, get the flu shot so early, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes doctors don't even say you should wait a few weeks. We're like, just get it right away. We're just
get this over with. The season is happening.
When it's available, we do it. So that's good. I wanted to talk about the medal count. We did have a conversation about that. And we did a poll on X about.
I'm going to pull up the poll so
You
I can
pull it
look
up.
at it.
Okay, get the numbers. So we were talking a little bit about it yesterday in passing of just like what's more important. Is it the gold medals or is it the all medal count? And so we wanted to put it out to the world. I said I like the podium. So in my mind, whoever's got the most podiums wins the Olympics. But you were thinking gold medals.
I was like, it's all about the golds. That's what I care about. And then look, we have more votes obviously since the show this morning, and still 82% of respondents are saying gold.
Gold, 82%.
Yeah.
That's 4 out of 5 people think that the gold medal is what matters.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. And, you know, it's, you think about most sports, that's usually the case. Super Bowl, people only care about who wins. NBA Finals, World Series Championship, Stanley Cup, it's about the winner, not necessarily the runner-up. So I guess I get it. I think this is just a little bit different in my mind that it is a bunch of different types of sports, a bunch of different countries as well. So I do think that the overall medal count helps represent which country is just the most athletic, basically. Maybe not necessarily the best, but like kind of jack of all trades kind of deal.
I mean, at the end of the day, when you do the tally on like what country has how many medals, you need to specifically look out for, right? Like you need to look out for the gold. You have to be like, oh, they have 10, but there are only 2 that are gold only. There are 2 that are gold. So I think it's that. And when you had made that explanation yesterday, I was like, okay, I can see how people will agree with James. Then I was surprised this morning when I saw the results.
No, I got crushed with that one. I had the third place argument a little bit there, which I think third place is the bronze. I think is almost, depending on the sport, I think the bronze is almost harder to get to than the silver. Norway still crushing. Not only in golds, but in all medals as well, with 7 gold and 13. United States is in third place with 8 medals compared to 13. And then gold only down to 5th with 2 gold medals. So we'll see how everything shakes out. A lot of the sports take a long time. Like I know in the Summer Olympics, like basketball, you have longer games, you have bigger tournaments, you have breaks between games. So basketball doesn't finish till the end, and the United States usually wins that. So women's hockey right now crushing.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we'll take a little bit of a break now. I do want to talk about museums.
Oh, you say museum? This is going to be a great conversation for us.
Museums. Yeah, I say museums. Museums in Rochester. We'll do a little bit of weather. We'll do Survivor as well. All coming up next on Second Cup. All right, and we are back.
Yes,
Second Cup of Sunrise. So Teresa Marcinburg has this very cool walk with me segment that she does, where she went this time. She basically goes to cool places around Rochester and kind of walks with the person that helps run the organization and
talks about what's new for the historic floral display this year. He also highlights the other activities taking place during the Dutch Connection now through February 22nd. This is just such a stately room. And
isn't it amazing with the organ? Yeah, the largest private organ in the world is right there. Well, in the country, I think.
Okay.
It's right there in front of us, yeah.
And you'll have musicians playing?
Yes, every Sunday. Yep, Sunday, I believe at 3. We have musicians come in and play the organ. And it's nice to fill the house with music and to kind of, I mean, Mr. Eastman woke up to that organ every morning. He came down, he had coffee at that table right there with cream from his cow that he kept out back. And we still have his cow barn and, we still have his organ, so it's nice. His legacy is still very much alive.
Have you been to the George Eastman?
Not for work once, so I was only in one section.
It's just for work.
Kind of, it wasn't, but I actually really want to go to this, and it turns out that a friend of mine is planning like a get-together to go to this, so she's going to be the reason I see this.
Yeah, get her to go. That sounds great. I've been a bunch of times. It's a very cool theater. Let's see here. Okay, so George Eastman. You want to get quizzed on this, or do you want me to
just
tell you?
I want you to teach me.
Okay, I'll teach you on it then. George Eastman, 1854 to 1932, born July 12th, 1854 in Waterville, New York. He had a lot of struggles in his family. Father died when he was 7, and then he had to leave school, drop out of school to work as a messenger for an insurance firm. And he loved to play with equipment. So photography was around in the mid-1800s, but what he did is he was able to make it more accessible to everybody. At age 24, while planning a vacation, Eastman was struck by the difficulty of using the then standard wet plate photography, which required a pack of gear, you know what I mean, to take photos. So he started like playing with things and tools in his kitchen. This dry plate coating machine he invented in 1880, and then was able to make basically cameras that used film that were much easier for everyone to use. And they came up with the marketing genius of the slogan, "You press the button, we do the rest." Where you would take photos of things and then take your roll of film and then give it to somebody. You would mail it to Rochester, New York, and then Rochester, New York would develop it and then send you back the photos.
That's so cool.
And obviously this is all documented at the museum. So definitely go and check it out if you can. So it's Kodak. There's no real history of the name. He just picked the word Kodak. He was very good with worker benefits. He was extremely philanthropic as well. Created the Eastman School of Music. And then, do you know how he died?
I do not.
He killed himself.
Oh, did he actually?
Suicide, yep. So it was March 14th, 1932. So he suffered from a painful spinal condition. So he had like serious daily pain all the time. And basically, I guess I'm giving this away, but I think that's okay. So the suicide note is in the museum.
Oh, wow.
You can see the suicide note. And it says, quote, "To my friends, my work is done. Why wait?" Isn't that wild?
Very poetic.
It's poetic. It's a little morbid. I think it's interesting on a lot of different levels. But, back, in 1932, I don't know, there was not a lot of ways to stop constant daily pain.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that bothered him enough, to take his own life. But still really interesting. The guy had an incredibly interesting life. And you can literally walk through his house and see his entire house there as well. So, and it's good for adults and children as well. I think they do kind of a nice job with balancing what you can see throughout the house, how he lived, and then the photography aspect of it. But there's also a bunch of cool things for like 5 and under. Like there's like little experiments that you can do with light and how photos work and how photography works and stuff like that. So it's also cool for little kids as well. So
sounds very cool. I should go.
Yeah, check it out. Which makes me think of another story that I wanted to talk about on the podcast, but never got around to it, was this whole $3 million gift for the Memorial Art Gallery in their goal to be free admission for all. Have you heard this before?
No.
So this is back in November. So this is kind of an old story, but it popped into my mind because we're talking museums. Now, have you gone to the MAG? And it's okay if you say no.
I have, but also for work.
Okay, that's fine. It's another thing that put on your bucket list. It's no rush because there's a lot of paintings there that have been there forever, and that's wait until you see a good exhibit. Is what I would say, because sometimes they have strange exhibits. Sometimes the exhibits are really good because there's always, you got the main things that are there all the time, and then you got the rotating exhibit.
Right.
So wait until there's like a good rotating exhibit that's there that you want to see, or wait until it becomes free, which I thought was really interesting. That I think basically the two people that are being interviewed. Let's actually listen to their sound.
Challenge of a match for the remaining $3 million, which will help to fund the future of language.
And we want our kids.
You don't know how
right now, along with the Sands Family Foundation, announcing an endowment to allow the admissions of the museum to be free for anyone and everyone forever. A $3 million donation set to kickstart and help invigorate a challenge of a match for the remaining $3 million, which will help to fund the future of the free entry. Now, right now, admissions is $20 if you are not a MAG member, but soon that will be totally gone away with.
Like
now, the MAG also says it recognizes when removing the economic barrier, there are clear results with free admission days, seeing more than 6 times the attendance.
The idea that anybody can come to the museum, see art, interact with art, they can be moved by it or have an experience, bring their kids, nurture their creativity, their curiosity.
Well, you know, it's important to us that the MAG represents a huge piece of the community, and it should be accessible by all. I mean, we remember taking our kids here when they were young and be able to come and spend 10 minutes here and then leave and come back the next day and teach them about museums and about art and everyone.
That's funny.
I mean, if it was free.
Yeah, there was an. Yeah, so
pop by to see that piece of art that you talked about in school or that thing you heard about from a friend. That would be, I mean, these are the barriers to accessibility, as he was talking about, right? As if economic disparities and all of that, you know.
Yeah, they have random free days, and they said the amount of people that go to the random free days is significantly higher than paid days, which is obviously makes sense. But I think that's so cool. Make it free.
Yeah.
That would be a game changer to have a free museum for anybody to go. And obviously you have please donate if you can, but still that would be really cool to see. So if the MAG becomes free, I think that's so big and so special for so many different communities that would just immediately write it off as an option.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, the Natural History Museum in New York City does that. If you're, a student or if you're a New York City resident, you can pay what you can, kind of a thing.
Right.
And then they have the recommended donation, of course. And if you're a nice person and you can afford it, you'll pay that recommended donation.
Yeah.
And if you can't, you get to go in and you still get to enjoy the museum.
Sure. Yeah, I think I went to the Art Museum in New York City.
The Met.
The Met, thank you. The Metropolitan Museum of Art. I think it was like $10, something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm out of state, and that's I think the big thing was I was out of state, so it's $10. I mean that's cheaper than the MAG.
Yeah, I used to have to go to these museums for school.
I'm a little surprised that the MAG doesn't have like a Monroe County like $5, out of state $20.
I was also kind of curious if there would be something like that, just because, I mean, it just makes sense why, or even if you're part of a school district and you have a school ID, things like that. But it looks like they're on their way to trying to get there.
I hope they do. That would be really cool. For me, I'm going to wait till I bring my kids there. 5 and 2, it's just too soon. I could see 8 and up, but and I'm sure there's probably someone that's listening from the MAG that's like, "Are you crazy? Your 5-year-old would love it." But I'm probably going to wait. All right, so enough about museums. Let's do quick Survivor, then we'll look at weather quick. Okay. We did how many islands were on Fiji? We were blown away by that number.
Is that like 300?
333 was the number.
Ooh.
How many fire making challenges? So at the end of Survivor, if there's a tie, like if they both vote people off, they do a fire making challenge. Any guesses on how many they've done? Over 49 seasons.
Over 49 seasons.
Yeah.
They've done at least 225.
225?
That's what I'm going with. Because you can do it a couple of times a season.
Sure. I'm going to go with 60.
Okay.
14.
No.
We were off.
I thought
14.
I was like, surely multiple times a season they would have had to do this.
I'd say it's pretty rare, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it happens that often.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know.
Should have prefaced that. Come on, James. You're really setting me up to fail here.
I really am. Okay. Really quick weather. Let's see here. So it was interesting. We had a kind of a slick commute this morning. I think people were moving a little bit slow. But I kept checking the roads, DOT, and it actually looked okay for what it's worth. So, and, we were kind of laughing earlier that, you said roads are a little bit slow. Take your time. Like, it could be the weather.
Yes.
It could be simply because it's the morning commute and there's more people on the roads.
Right.
I never want to be like, oh, it's because of the weather. You just don't really know. But we are going to get snow later tonight. Looks like we could see some accumulating snow overnight and then into very early tomorrow morning. So that's really the biggest the biggest talking point. Let's see if I can find my snowfall graphics amount. That would be kind of nice. I'm thinking generally 1 to 3 inches for most spots, and that gets going around dinner time tonight and then into tomorrow. Here we go. Load for me. There we go. Yeah, 1 to 3 inches seems like kind of a good amount through Thursday afternoon. And then you see maybe a little bit higher in the Finger Lakes if the snow can reach that far south. And then next couple of days, so downturn in temperatures tomorrow. Friday morning's very cold. I think that 13 might actually be too high. We could be single digits Friday morning. Ooh. But that's the bottom. From there, we climb. Friday afternoon looks good with some sun. Saturday's Valentine's Day looks good there. And then we'll go upper 30s for early next week. So warmer weather. But you know what I see when I see next week? I see freeze, thaw, freeze, thaw, freeze, thaw.
Yeah.
Potholes are going to be coming in hot next week.
And we already know that that's causing damage. We talked about that yesterday.
Maybe we could save it for the pod tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Second Cup of Sunrise. And where's my sound? There we go. See you tomorrow.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.